The Bourne Ultimatum is the third and final movie in the Bourne trilogy. I say trilogy because, like most people, I don't count the Bourne Legacy. Now, this movie came out in 2007, almost 10 years ago now. That'll make you feel old right there. And everyone out there who's seen the Bourne movies can agree, the Bourne trilogy is a great trilogy. But the Bourne Ultimatum is the best movie in this trilogy. I'm really excited to be talking about this movie with you guys before I see Jason Bourne this week. So let's talk about this movie. So in the beginning of this movie, we see that Jason Bourne and the CIA, they're both still doing what they were basically doing at the end of the last movie. Jason Bourne is still on the run from the CIA, and he's still kicking anyone's ass who's coming after him. Really don't understand why people still keep trying to fight Jason Bourne. You'd think at this point they'd finally just be like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't fuck with this guy. But also along the way, he's still experiencing more and more flashbacks to help him realize a little bit more about what his past was. And on the side of the CIA, Pamela Landy has shared the audio recording that Jason Bourne made of Ward Abbott at the end of the Bourne Supremacy. Because now that she knows that Jason Bourne is innocent in what she thought he had done in the previous movie, she's trying to get the CIA to back off of him a little bit. But nope, another CIA director named Noah Vosen, he still believes Jason Bourne is a threat and he feels he needs to take Jason Bourne down. But soon we find out that there's someone else out there who knows a little bit about Jason Bourne and Operation Blackbriar. And that is journalist Simon Ross. And this guy has huge pivotal information that can help Jason Bourne along the way in figuring out his past. Something the CIA doesn't want Jason Bourne to do. So now it's a race to get this guy. And then we get a big scene in this movie that was really intense, but surprisingly not that action-packed. And that's something to really, really love about the Bourne Ultimatum. It has great intense moments that don't involve a lot of action. I mean, the other two Bourne movies did that as well, but I feel the Bourne Ultimatum really, really capitalizes on that. And that's what I think helps it stand out among the other two. Bourne is on the phone with Ross this entire time. The CIA is coming after Ross. They don't intend on taking him alive. So Bourne is helping to guide him through Waterloo Station, helping him to avoid all the CIA agents that are in the station looking for Ross. And for a while, Ross is able to follow Bourne's instructions. He's able to avoid the CIA. But in a moment of panic, Ross decides to go against Bourne's orders. He tries to just escape the CIA right there and right then. But he unfortunately ends up getting assassinated by Blackbriar operative Paz. Now, some people might give Ross a lot of shit for not listening to Jason Bourne, but put yourself in his situation. This guy on the phone talking to you, who you now have done research into knowing is a very, very skilled assassin, and he's giving you instructions on how to avoid a giant swarm of CIA agents trying to kill you. Yeah, you might be shitting your pants a little bit too. So I don't really give him that much blame for really going with his gut and trying to get away when he thought he had a clear shot to get away. But after Ross's death, both the CIA and Jason Bourne are able to figure out exactly how Ross was able to get the information he got towards Jason Bourne and Operation Blackbriar. And that was a superior CIA agent named Neil Daniels. And that's something else that I just love about the Bourne Ultimatum. In this movie, you really, really feel like Jason Bourne and the CIA are head-to-head with each other like they've never been before. It's not just the CIA sending agents after Bourne to try to kill him. No, it's them trying to figure out what he wants to figure out so they can really figure out the way to beat him once and for all. When you see both sides doing everything they can to uncover information about Jason Bourne's past for their own reasons, you truly see that this is a battle of wits. And that's something that I really feel makes the Bourne Ultimatum such a smart movie. Jason Bourne knows that he's gonna need help to figure out who Daniels is, and with that, he reunites with Nikki Parsons. Bourne and Parsons, they're both able to track down where Daniels is hiding, but they soon learn that Vosen has sent another Blackbriar assassin that goes by the name of Desh after Daniels to kill him before Bourne gets to Daniels. Bourne realizes of the attempt Desh is trying to make on Daniels' life. Bourne tries to save Daniels, but it's too late. Daniels is killed by a car bomb. And now Vosen turns his attention to his next target, Jason Bourne. And what I love about this moment is we get a really intense fight between Jason Bourne and Desh, but what makes it that much more intense is Desh is someone who shares Jason Bourne's skill set. So when Dash is chasing after Bourne and the two of them are just getting into an all-out fight with each other, you feel that much more tension because you see that Dash is someone who could actually kill Bourne. But no, Jason Bourne is still the biggest badass in this movie, and he's luckily able to kill Dash before Dash can kill him or Nikki. Now we move back over to Pamela Landy, and honestly, I really loved her story in this movie as well. Because after the last movie, she now knows who Jason Bourne is. She knows he's not a criminal. She has been butting heads with Vosen this entire time. She knows that the approach that Vosen wants to take against Bourne is wrong. And then in this scene, we actually get what is pretty much the exact same scene as the ending scene of the Bourne Supremacy. Landy's on the phone with Bourne. She tells him that his real name is David Webb and that his birth date is 4/15/71. However, Bourne and the CIA, they realize that this birth date is actually coordinates. Vosen tries to send his team to this location to stop Bourne before Bourne can get there, but it's in this moment you truly feel Bourne finally wins this battle of wits against the CIA. Bourne and Vosen, they finally have a phone call together, and Vosen's all like, oh, why don't you come into my office and we'll have a little chat? And Bourne is simply all like, well, I would, but you're not here. Yep, after Vosen and his team left, Bourne snuck into Vosen's office and stole Blackbriar documents. Now Vosen is just in full panic mode, and he sends Paz, you know, the assassin that killed Ross earlier in the movie, after Jason Bourne. Bourne learns that Landy had actually given him coordinates to a hospital, where here Jason Bourne now meets Dr. Albert Hirsch. And it's in this moment Bourne finally realizes exactly what happened to him. Hirsch reveals that he was the one who ran Treadstone's behavioral modification program. Jason Bourne had volunteered for this program because he was ensured that this program would help him save American lives. And through the string of events that occurred in the flashbacks from the Bourne Identity and the Bourne Supremacy and the events in both of those movies, here we are. Jason Bourne finally realizes exactly where he came from, but he doesn't have much time to reminisce on that yet because now Vosen and his team, they're coming after him. Bourne makes it to the roof of the hospital, but Paz is right there. He's ready to shoot him. But before Paz does, he asks Bourne why he didn't kill him earlier. And all Jason Bourne does is he tells Paz to look at what they turned them into, because Paz was a part of the same program that Jason Bourne was a part of. Jason Bourne then jumps into the river, but before he's out of sight, Vosen shoots him, which now has you sitting there wondering, is he dead now? Later on, we see Nikki Parsons. She's watching TV. She finds out that Landy was able to expose Operation Blackbriar, which led to Hirsch and Vosen both being arrested. She also hears that authorities have been trying to find the body of Jason Bourne, but after 3 days, it's nowhere to be found. Parsons now suspects that Bourne may still be alive, which we all now know after we see Bourne swim away in the river. So all in all, the Bourne Ultimatum is a fan-freaking-tastic movie. I love seeing Jason Bourne really trying to finish everything off right here and finally solve the mystery to who he is. I love seeing this battle between him and the CIA, not just him, you know, going after all these henchmen who are capable of taking him on, but also in the fact that both sides are smart enough to figure things out along the way and just make it that much harder for both of them. It was a true battle of smart tactics, which was the genius route for this movie to take. Noah Vosen was a great antagonist for this movie. It's great seeing Pamela Landy wanting to help Jason Bourne in this movie. The movie has great intensity and great action, both of which are just exciting and put you on the edge of your seat. And this movie, I feel, really uses shaky cam as well as you can use it, to the point where I don't even really consider it a flaw in this movie. In the end, I without question feel this is the best movie in the Bourne trilogy. I really do not see how they could have done this movie better. So there it is, guys. I have done my spoilers for the Bourne trilogy. I told you I'd see those movies. Now be sure to stay tuned next week when I give you guys my spoiler for Jason Bourne. I'll be seeing that this weekend. I'm very much looking forward to it. I will say, however, that the way the Bourne Ultimatum ended, it does make you wonder where else they can take this franchise, but Matt Damon is returning and Paul Greengrass is also returning, so I have a feeling this will still be a really kick-ass movie. So that's all I gotta say, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you all next time.